We will be starting shortly. Disclaimer. The following stream contains art and development of an original IP belonging to Bonny John. Any concepts and development made on this stream belong to Bonny John, creator, in perpetuity. Anything shared through comment, critique, feedback, or suggestion that aids the development of the property also belongs to the creator. In short, please refrain from sharing your own original ideas. This is not a collaboration. By participating in this stream, you agree to the above statement. Thank you for understanding. Sincerely? Sincerely who? Me, Professor Bodhi. Smooth, right? AKA Mr. Bonny John. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today is not the first day of developing a monster on stream. We had the honor of doing that yesterday, but that's the thing. As I announced yesterday, and we can see in the thumbnail today, Monsters is now in the rearview mirror. Bye, Monsters. Thank you for everything. We do appreciate you being a placeholder. Maybe I can sneak you in somewhere as a name reference. But we are now in the world of POTEMPO. And POTEMPO, as I described yesterday, there's a multitude of reasonings as to how I came with the name, and you guys seem to really enjoy it. I love it. I wouldn't push out something I really, really love. So yeah, we're ready to roll. Guys, I want to say hello to Alex, Gabby, Sketch is here, Justin, Rec has made it as well. Thank you for joining me today as we work on some more POTEMPO stuff. I've never arrived so early. Welcome in, Gabby. Good to see you. What's POTEMPO? As it looks like Sketch has described, it is the new official name for both the name for the monsters or the creatures of the world, in addition to say the game or concept. I don't think I'm going to call it something like POTEMPO, to borrow from Pomble Quest, Benny's Monster Tamer. I'm not going to call it POTEMPO Quest. I might, but I like the idea that POTEMPO is able to just straight up carry everything on its own. Hello, Deebs. Welcome in. So yes, that is the big announcement from yesterday that Monsters is no more. We're going to put money into a design fund, essentially. Every time we say Monsters, you and me both. Hello, Trash, and Deebs is here as well. What's going on? So I'll quickly go over yesterday's first ever batch of deliberately created monsters. I'm going to get the look feel down. They're not Pokemon, so they operate in their own direction. Hello, Draco. It is indeed POTEMPO time. So all first stage creatures, POTEMPOs, will appear in a very simple, cute form. Together we are POTEMPO, gang. Man, saying it out loud, I feel so good about it. I think it genuinely lands. It's just fun to say. Like, it exists in your mouth like a delicious candy. POTEMPO. I like the look feel. I was going to make today a logo kind of day, and I still may. POTEMPO, we are indeed. Will these POTEMPO be available for fine dining? You can take them out. POTEMPO-mon, Alex, to the corner with you. But since we catch POTEMPO in lanterns, or not so much catch, but we give them homes in lanterns, and we attune to them. They exist in a spirit kind of form, and that's your baby form in a way, but we'll call it first. And then the second form is essentially your, toddler kind of thing. There's going to be a quick maturation. I may even bump up visually the second form to be maybe more like potentially a teenager / like a tween. And then the third stage, it'll be like a mature entity. Again, it's not like a Pokemon where you're trying to find the through line. That's Pokemon's thing, right? This is going to be more kind of like Digimon, especially because our POTEMPO will always revert back to its first form at the end of the battles. And so some POTEMPO, like our Aklut inspired creature here will have boost forms, and that'll be a fourth form. In this case, the spirit orb form kind of looks like an orca, but then we kind of have like the husky side of an Aklut, right? Or the wolf side of the Aklut. And then when it boosts, that jump from 3 to boost is pretty massive. So that's the direction for all the boost entities. There's still stuff that I want to figure out. Like Dynamax has some nice swirling kind of clouds. I might do some sort of fiery spirit that exists as a halo, something cool that lets you know visually, like, oh, this is the boosted form. Hello, Rykar, welcome in, and Random, welcome in. Alex is asking, are POTEMPO names like Pokemon names? As of now, I don't know. Maybe just because it's fun to come up with names like that, and it's not like Pokemon owns names like that. Many franchises have cool names that are just portmanteaus of things. POTEMPOmon, gotta catch them all. Hell no. POTEMPO. And then Deebs is saying, it's something I can absolutely hear a cutesy anime character screaming. It's to me, it's a perfect word where it's got the mouthfeel. It visually looks very appealing, and it describes the creatures, which is really nice. POTEMPO is looking more like a Digimon ripoff. I don't love the energy of that statement, and I can combat that easily. I will be figuring out all that kind of stuff more and more as I figure things out. I'm expecting more people to think that it's a Pokemon ripoff, but long story short, everything is inspired by something or another. I will, obviously find more and more ways to make it my own. But I don't know why I take offense to that. But anyway, I'm going to ignore that and we're going to move forward. Welcome in. How about we named one of them Lupinus? No, I'm not looking for name suggestions, but thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on today's design. I want to do something, there's 6 or 7 stories in the world. It's the same stories with different characters and concepts. I'm going to bump these guys off the screen so we can work on the vision or entity that, and it might be kind of crazy to be like, Bon, we just made an exotic level domain POTEMPO, right? Here's the lineup over here. And so we have cryptic, lithic, gothic, runic, stoic, and exotic, with mythic being the gods or the legends of the world, right? Think your Solgaleos, your Lunalas. I would put like Ogerpon or Heatran in exotic for me personally. And so, the legendary Pokemon of that franchise aren't going to nearly, obviously, be represented on the same levels. That's why I'm saying Heatran might be considered legendary. But I want to have my line of mythic POTEMPO be, POTEMPO looking like a Monsters ripoff. That'll accept. POTEMPO forever, gang. Thick type, typic type, or maybe we could do thick. It follows the IC ending, the suffix. So now I'll say this: mythic POTEMPO will not be. None of the POTEMPO are catchable. You are at most borrowing their powers because you guys have attuned to each other. You both have the same cause. You believe in one another. They trust you. But basically, more or less, I want to make it so that the notion of mythic is like beyond our comprehension, right? Like it is something that we're borrowing a fraction of the gods' powers, right? Whether or not I'll call them gods or deities, entities, you guys can kind of help me figure out what that's going to be. But I have a look feel for the one above all, right? And again, you guys might be thinking, Bonnie, we just made this orca. Like, why are you making the god of all POTEMPO? And again, all of this is still very subject to change. I may, at some point, decide like, no, maybe it'll just be a legendary. But the reason why is I want to design, at the very least in this early stage, top down. The reason why is because what Gods says that, I mean, to me, Sol, Gleo, Lunalo, Arceus, you know, like, they're all on the same level of plane to me. Moon and Sun. I want to also characterize the, those, you know, those Pokemon gods are very much inspired by our real world gods, right? Gods of night and day, or of law and ideals, and the god of the hunt, whatever it is. I want to do my own versions, right? Bon, what if the god is you? No, no, no. We are all our own gods, but we'll make the really cool. You'll see what I have in mind, which isn't a super, you know, unseen concept. Like, it's a known trope, but I want to see what I can do with it. Roxanne writing, that came out, sorry for saying that, no worries. I meant the evolution being temporary is more like Digimon. Yeah, and I may still experiment with that kind of stuff. I like the idea of reverting back and forth, and I think it'll add for some more cool gameplay moments, because one way or another, people will say it's a ripoff, right? If I do say the Pokemon route, where evolution 1, 2, 3, and then say I had the final form evolve into a boost form, they'll be like, oh, that's like Mega. So maybe I'll be able to find, you know, what exactly I can change about evolution. We shall see. I still do not like Ogerpon design. Can't tell me the legendary mascot when it looks like a goofy cereal mascot. It's legendary because of their actions, not because they exist in the world in a certain kind of way. And I will protect Ogerpon no matter what. Justin, you hear me? Bonnie really said God is the world, crab type, frog type. So is the POTEMPO map based like a real life? No, 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 no. I'm going to do designs that influence real world for sure, but especially this first region. And I don't want to assume that I'm going to make more regions and stuff. God willing, God's willing, whatever's out there, if luck shines and, you know, this ever becomes a thing and there's a sequel and we have regions, yeah, I could see myself leaning into more real world cultures like Pokemon and many video games, but I want my first, and I guess I'm going to treat it as my last region, because it's not like, why should I pretend like part 2 or 3 is coming out if I have not even finished a part 1? So it's going to be very real world inspired, a lot of homages to many cultures. I will obviously put a lot of Indian culture into it because that's going to be my way of at least paying homage and making my own India region, but a fusion type evolution method, explain more. So, Invincibles reside in an alternate dimension. Humans can't see them unless... Yeah, and in a way, POTEMPO may operate like that because I kind of want the lantern to be this thing that kind of shines a secondary world that's like overlaid on ours. That was like an early concept. I don't know if that'll stay. Boys, I'm pumped AF to see what Bon cooks. We're going to be cooking well today. I promise you that. Apple pie indeed, and POTEMPO land. So, gang, I'm going to stop yapping as I usually do now that we have POTEMPO out of the way. Again, if you need to know more of how I came to the name, you can see that in yesterday's video. What I will be designing today, however, is my first pass at whether or not we're going to call them the god of the world, whether it's a god of humans, a god of POTEMPO, a god of both. Hello, Oni, welcome in. Indian region would, I like that, and the fusion of all thing, yeah. It'll be my contribution to all that stuff, right? So, I love the trope, the visual trope, you guys, of the kind of space... Actually caught your stream, yeah, welcome in. I like the space whale trope. If not like a space whale, right? Meaning like an entity that exists in the clouds. The closest that I could potentially kind of, and I've got some whale references and stuff, I really kind of want to make this like almost like a breaching whale that lives among the clouds, you know, something like that, where its body is like, you know, I kind of want to do a design where the body is part of the clouds. So like I said, I've always loved that visual. I think it's really beautiful. It's serene, and I want to see what I can do to, you know, make it my own, you know. And it'll feel very astral, it'll feel very heavenly. I want to incorporate multiple what is going on? Hold on, gang. I gotta reset this thing because it's acting dumb. This is the second time it happened in 2 days. So let me close this. But yeah, to explain it, I want potentially, if I can make it happen, potentially, I would love for this design to feature various aspects of many animals. Maybe antlers could be cool. Stuff like that to me looks really inspired. Getting multiple animal features, but above all, it's kind of going to be like a cloud whale dragon. Yeah, exactly. But ironically, the technology that's needs to see invisible and instead glowing like technology as well. Don't forget to like. Yes, Gabby, I was saying literally, and come back tomorrow. I was like, where's Gabby? She would have reminded me to take care of my hand, because I did, I think, overdo it yesterday. And I'm not gonna lie, my hand's been bothering me. So if it does get really bad, I'll probably maybe switch to logo design or something. But, you know, don't hold your breath, Draco. I might still make them humanoid. I probably won't, but I suspect that I may actually make the legendaries underneath them. I kind of want to make them either their children or like kind of like if not their children, just at the very least humanoid entities that like kind of like just highlight the similarity between humans and POTEMPO, right? So yeah, hit the like indeed. Essentially, the group that studies them, I'm going to... It's a good idea. Cloud whale, 2 creatures evolve into 1 creature, like how War Greymon. See, but then that's what I'm saying. Everything is derivative. If I do something like that, I mean, I don't really care if people think it's a ripoff of one thing or another. If an idea is cool to me, I want to explore it. But I think that is just too much work, because then I have to consider many fusions. Which is why, so where my evolutions feel different from Digimon is, for example, I kind of want to explore giving this guy kind of like Rayquaza, like claws or something, like maybe a cloud serpent type of thing. Let's see. I want to really make it fantastical. And it could be like something that we can barely comprehend. I was even thinking of giving it 6 arms like a Hindu deity. Could be really cool. But yeah, so with Digimon, as I was saying yesterday, you have a design that, you have Gatomon is like one that comes in mind, where it starts off as a cat anthro thing, but I mean before that it's got like a baby kind of form, and then you have a sexy lady, and then it becomes a dragon, and that's fun because you don't really know what's coming, you know. And I like the notion that more or less it's like I'm leaving crumbs as to what's coming, but it's not going to be for example, so with the Aklut, right? That is a based off of real world folklore by the Inuit, that there's a wolf that can transform into an orca. So I like the notion that if there's if we're expecting to see the Aklut, the final form is the wolf, but when it boosts, it breaks the boundary of what we expect it to be, right? It's like, how does a wolf become an orca? But the idea is that it doesn't. Like, it, through, you know, you helping it, you give it the ability to break the boundaries, like its potential, right? Which is in the name POTEMPO, potential and tempo. So I kind of want to see if maybe this dragon, and I'm not going to make it like something that feels so entirely like a chimera. I think it's still going to largely be a whale. But I don't know if, again, designing this and revealing it too early is a good thing or a bad thing, but it's not like it's catchable, right? Like, it's just giving context to the world, right? Gotta give it 2 long legs like an Irish jig. Are you gonna make only POTEMPO context or a mix? I'll probably be slowing down on Pokemon content in a major way. I think for me, Monsters, aka POTEMPO, will be the absolute main priority. I took, a few months at the beginning of this year to reset myself because I literally overdrew and worked myself. Hello, Rosa, welcome in. Never seen Yokai Watch. Me neither. Let me see. You ever try one of those ambidextrous challenges, says Deebs? I haven't. I probably should, but I suppose I could and should, because after drawing for so long, my entire life, it's catching up to me a little bit, right? Princess Mononoke, Spirit of the Forest Knight. Bad Bunny, your hands important versus 2. How would you make your wonderful art? Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Bonnie, watch it. I re-injured my hand the other day. I would hate the curse to spread. Oh my god, don't say that. I'm sorry you hurt your hand. Hello, Nintendo Zombie. Welcome in. Whale Serpent Cloud, something like that. Gotta have clouds coming out of the blowhole like a steam train with mustaches like Asian dragons. I don't know if I'll make it like an Asian dragon, but that's why I was thinking maybe with the arms like a Rayquaza type of thing, but we will see. Maybe 6 fins, depends on how much whale. That's true too. I have no idea what Pokemon to turn into a baby. No monkey. I suggest just looking up single stage forms. Those are the ones that deserve it. Looking badass already. I mean, I'm glad the Master God Legendary not being human. I'm cool with some of the children legends, if understood correctly. Yeah, I think that's the play for now. I feel like if I went humanoid, it would be cool, but I feel like it would feel like humans are the masters of the world, and I don't want humans to be the masters of this world. How's the orca doing? He is fine. He's chilling. I've worked on him just a little bit, but yeah, legendary time today. I did see the Rival of Ether comment. I commented on it soon, or earlier, excuse me, soon. Yeah, those kind of things will be unavoidable. I think that it's, they obviously were also inspired by the Aklut, so I'll go out of my way to like see if I can further push those kind of designs. But then I saw there was another game, I forgot the name, I think it's Monster Sanctuary or something, that also has I kind of want to see if I make the mouth open, and we'll see how that goes. Like that thought process already. Turn my assignment early. That's true, Zach. I'm impressed with the speed, but I'll be more impressed if you let your work gestate. That way you can come back and make adjustments to concepts, because you need to give some time to make sure everything is sound. Part of cooking, even say something like bread, is letting bread, or not the bread, but the dough rest before you can make it, right? Patience. Do we have a rival? Probably. History in the making, indeed. Give him like a wolf-like face because there's a mythical half orc, half wolf. That's exactly what I'm basing the accolade off. I like him with the orca face though. It really, again, what I'm looking for is the impact, the jump from form 3 to form 4. You can look at dinosaurs. That's true. I absolutely could. As sea wolves, yeah, exactly, because they move in packs. They're kind of like the apex predators of their domain for sure. Well said. Okay, so let's do, and I gotta make this whale feel. I think what I'll do is maybe originally I was thinking like I wanted clouds as part of its design, but maybe what I'll simply do is I'll just have clouds kind of around him, maybe to show scale, maybe. You know, we'll see. I've never seen Dinosaur King, no. POTEMPO, welcome in, kid. Welcome in, welcome in. If I don't finish something quickly, I'll most likely never finish it at all. That's a bad habit you have to break, especially if you're trying to be an artist, hobby or otherwise. Not trying to be mean or poke fun or anything, but like, patience is a virtue in many things. I usually have the opposite way. Like, it's also a little concerning, Zach, if you're gonna get bored of something not even a day in, right? Or 2 days. Let your work gestate. It's the only, this is for everybody. Your work has to gestate. It's nothing in this world is perfect. This idea I'm putting down, it's going to be iterated 3, 4, 5 times, I'm sure. Look at me, like how much I'm like trying to find shape just in this section alone, right? Look, Horkus head reference, absolutely, but not for this guy. Both super social, absolutely. So you're gonna plus to get half the cast of the Pokemon. Also an example of pre-circuit, it's Mosasaurus, the Basilosaurus. I might look up Basilosaurus. Again, I want to see if I can kind of push the boundaries of this design. I don't want it to, again, feel like it's just a whale that's extended. I want to do world building. Hello, Kay, welcome in. Gabby, of course you can do world building. Everyone, slow cook like a crock pot. Couldn't have said it better myself, Sketch. I think maybe, I don't know if I'll give him a fin at the top. Maybe massive. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to give him, again, almost like an Asian dragon. Like, it'll look kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie. But I just want to see how it looks. It looks weird. A POTEMPO based on virtues? There probably will be, and I suspect anything that is of such a high stature as far as like world building would absolutely get mythic level, right? So if I did make a POTEMPO based on that, right? And sins? Maybe, we'll see. Digital art isn't like traditional and don't fear smudging, you can leave it for a while. Yeah, I mean, physical or not, right? I want you guys to sit with your work and absorb it after a day or two passes, even flips and such, right? How important is flipping to me, right? When I tell you guys. What about clouds forming like a ring, like a crown, or a celestial light or halo? Maybe. A halo, I've thought about it, but it's too Christian oriented for me. I want to make it feel ambiguous as far as a god, you know? So I have an idea for a baby deoxyribonucleic RNA. There you go. Love that. You know, sometimes narwhals are found with 2 tusks on their head. Maybe you add multiple narwhal tusks, unicorn to the head like a crown. The crown is also a human-made invention, right? So that's why I may not do something like that. I love your ideas, guys. Do not get me wrong. But I want this to feel like it wasn't crowned by people, right? And then I could argue and say salamander, yeah, giant salamander with tiny limbs, maybe. I want to kind of see what happens if I do something like that. I guess if anything, let's do something like this, because I'm looking at my reference now. It could even have like something like 6 eyes, something really alien and cool, and I want it to look something like, what the hell is this thing? Like, it's so insane. Mr. POTEMPO.Any, indeed. I'll be POTEMPO.Any, that's cool. But I think, yeah, something like this could be, I want it to be like holy crap, this thing looks insane, right? This means I should be located on his teeth. All right, see, you know what? That's weird, but maybe too weird. And if it doesn't work, I choose another animal. Make 2 stars rotating in the same orbit while leaving a trail behind as a halo. That's gonna make it look like it's confused, right? Many eyes. Randy. I want to do. I'm wondering if maybe. I'm having trouble with this shape. If I do this, that's like a dolphin, right? Basking shark? Let me look up whale with open mouth. Because I'm looking and trying to... I'm seeing a lot of basking sharks, right? Blue whale, the largest animal. Open mouth. For my own project, Legends have obsidian moving around them like particles. Liking where this is going, thank you. But if my sketch line smudged because I left it too long, I will scream. There's a difference. Whale's definitely getting somewhere. Good. His, they, feet could be like those of eagles. Ooh, like talons? I like that. I like where that's going. The god of POTEMPO, the great sky salamander, whale dragon. That honestly sounds epic, right? It does. I promise I'll get it to you tomorrow. Maybe just have a star or diamond shape floating above its head to reference back to the symbol for the typings. I'm gonna figure it out. I think it could be a cool way to connect boost evolution. Like if I do give him, you know what? Maybe of. Hold on. Okay, I think I have an idea. For starters, I'm going to do. Okay, let's open up his mouth. I'm seeing a shape I like here from this reference. And is it the baleen or something? Dodonzo style. And it could be really cool to have like all this teeth. Again, I don't want it to feel I want it to feel like insane. Like, what are we comprehending? You know? I kind of want it to have 6 arms up in the front. Because it'll feel pretty insane. And it really does give me that Hindu god vibe. I think all the arms and all those like imagery is so cool. Like, this looks insane. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, but it already looks crazy. Flat centipede whale. Did you say talon? Like Talonflame? No, Metallon. Hello, Spencer. I think of something like Queen Bee having her swarm. Not sure how you would work a swarm into this, but instead of a man-made royalty... Oh, I gotcha. I mean... It is true, utilizing things like a crown or a halo to help elevate the design even further is very important. I love designs with horrifying gaping mouths. I think it works. Yeah, I think so too. It does look pretty insane. Good. Tentacles instead of... Not tentacles. I think that's kind of creepy. It'll feel more Eldritch Gabby. But could it have a cuttlefish chameleon thing where its panels are animated? Yeah, I'm thinking something like that for sure. And don't forget, I cannot wait to put color on this thing. Once we put some color soon, gang, it's gonna look insane. He looks like he's blepping. What is blepping, K? Let's see over here. Imagine a similar deal to Appa. Appa, yip, my baby. There's a weighted Appa plush. I want that so freaking bad, yo. Color, I love the cuttlefish concept. I think, you know what? Maybe what I can do instead of a crown, because I've used this for some other work, I could have, you know, I can give it antlers and shape it kind of like this, like a crown. Holy shit. What if I put like an orb here, which is like all the spirit energy that exists in the world, and it's kind of like its blowhole. What the fuck? That's so cool. Imagine how humongous. It's gigantic. I don't think it's you can't even catch or summon this creature. They exist for the sake of the story and the world. Like, I don't think humans could comprehend it. If anything, maybe it's a little bit of a spoiler, but whatever. I'd probably assume that if the players saw this character, it's because they've reached peak attunement with their monster. And they look in the sky like for a ho-oh moment, and they're like, what the hell is that? You know? Blepping is when their animals stick. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Halo horns, yup, you've outdone yourself with that idea. Thank you. That's so sick looking. Thank you, Jelliana. Horns are on point. Love it. I love it. Thank you, gang. To you all. I do it for you. Let's see over here. Buy trash. Oh, it was trash leaving? That looks so funny reading it like that. Color palette I have in mind, as Sketch. It's got to be something like cerebral, pinks and blues, purples, like very astro, right? Remember, I originally was planning for my mythicals to live in the cosmic domain, right? Now they'll be the mythical domain. Hell, maybe this thing lives in its own domain. Maybe this is the first of the cosmic domain. The first and only cosmic domain entity. And then its children can be the legendaries, which will live in the exotic domain. No, you know what? I'm going to keep it simple. This is I don't even want to say father, the emperor, the all being, top of the food chain. You know, to put it in terms you guys know, Arceus, or you know, Alien X of the universe, right? A Celestapian. Something like that. Energy going out of their mouth could be. We're gonna need a bigger lantern. I'll feast for eons on this. Sketch, I'm gonna send you a fork and spoon and maybe some napkins, and you'll try to do whatever you can. If you want this mon to be associated with the sun, I don't know. No, it'll be the sun, the moon, the cosmos, the fiber of creation. You know? I don't mind if it doesn't necessarily... With Arceus, right? Don't get me wrong, and I might be changing my tune very soon. Arceus is still designed to feel... I don't want to say out of left field because it's a god, right? But they also still wanted to make it feel like a Pokemon. Like, they do a nice balance where it's like Pokemon but god. This, I don't mind potentially the straight up, like, designing to be its own tier, right? Like, this is like, oh, there's no way, you know, like, we could even begin to understand. Oh, gang, I think I know what to do. It's open inside will be like a galaxy, maybe. Let's do that. Let me block this out. Honestly, I kind of like the 6 arms. It's pretty damn insane. The POTEMPO. Yes, the creator of POTEMPO, essentially. The orb thing could also be a reference to Khepri, the Egyptian gods. I don't want it to be, but like I think I kind of want it to just be like an orb that almost looks like a planet. Like in its own horns, it's like this eternal ball of spirit, like its own sun, kind of. But it's like a planet. It's like the spirit. Because like the very first form of all potempos are those cute little spirit orbs. So it's kind of cool that there's a reference, you know, to that here. And then it still looks like the trail of like, you know, not steam, like what do you call it? Like the blowhole, the water coming out. That is sick. No napkins, I'll use my shirt. Good gravy. I want to see a size comparison. Perhaps take cues from animals like lions for being king of the jungle. Not saying give him a mane per se, but look at Apex. That's true, but I don't want to make him an apex predator. He is a benevolent and just powerful being. Like, I think I would still want my... Look, will there be forces of potential evil and stuff? Sure. But I don't think potempos would be the source of that, right? There might be trickster deities or something if I ever got around to it. But I want to, as the master of my own universe, I want good to win. If my potempo god here is going to represent... be the creator of all, I would love for them to be an entity that represents hope and peace and kindness, right? And if there are bad potempos, it's the work of bad people, right? I still have to figure out how that's going to work, because you can only really, you know, attune to a potempo and be on the same page for them to agree to give you power. It could be maybe that bad guys abuse potempo or make them false promises or even force them into servitude, right? Maybe it does need some sort of fin here potentially. It could be cool to have the rest of the body become like clouds. Maybe it's like, maybe we don't even see the rest of its body. It's so big. I do like the serpentine shape, but holy shit. Wait. Okay, you know what? Let me do this quickly. I'm going to copy this. Then I'm going to have a save state. Because now I like the idea. Whoa! What if it's breaching out of the clouds? Like, and it's so massive, right? When we see Ant-Man, right? When he's punching down, he goes like this, right? That's how like gravity physics, all that works. What if he's like in this eternal breach through the clouds, and he's so massive when we see him, it's almost like he's stuck in that frame, because it would take like billions of years for him to fall back into the clouds. And it could be this cool story where like the world ends when his back hits the clouds, and then it's like a reset of the world. That's insane, right? Oh my god, I love that idea so much. Okay, so I've got... Okay, I have the one with the draconic serpentine whale body. I want to see if I can land... Get it? Land, jumping. I want to see if I can land this breaching concept. Because that to me sounds... And imagine like all the splash of clouds and stuff have like stars and star bits and meteors. And you know, I could still do like a thing like almost like Dragon Ball Z with, you know, Dragon Way, and have like the body still be present, right? Like maybe it's like serpentining along the clouds that it calls home in the heavens, you know? No one can reach it. It's so high in the sky, right? Galaxy mount sounds awesome. Galaxy Maw. I can easily imagine this thing in the sky being so massive, so mostly blue, because yes, exactly how I'd want to depict it. Let the galaxy spill out of its mouth a little, maybe, right? For some reason, I can see the orb's color being pure white. Maybe. I was thinking something like that too. What if you made the inside of the mouth a galaxy and the tongue a black hole? That might make it too busy. I could potentially see... Oh, wait a second. Wait. I was thinking just yesterday what I could do for the symbol of boost evolution, right? Instead of like mega evolution, what if I did this? Hold on, I'm getting a reference right now. It could be like every time we boost Evo, the creature always gets their third eye activated, right? Another Hindu reference. And so what'll happen is they get like this kind of invisible or like some sort of symbol marking. But then what if we did, what if I made this symbol? Hold on. I've seen this and I'm trying to, there it is. What if I made this symbol like a black hole kind of thing? Where it's kind of like a mini planet that's like projecting out of the mind's eye, like, which is why my wolf becomes an Aklut, right? This orca doggy. And it could be like some sort of like depiction like this. And so any boost mon, or POTEMPO, I should say. I gotta get used to saying POTEMPO, which is why I revealed it early instead of letting me sit on it. And it could be like, it's like, and what could be really cool, there could be like an absence of light in it, like a black hole, like the singularity happening. And that's why maybe the monsters, goddammit, the POTEMPO, maybe that's why they're in their spirit form. It's like, it looks like a ball of fire, but it's trying to be a black hole, aka the symbol of, say, POTEMPO or something. I like something like that. Maybe it's like, again, this singularity kind of thing. If you guys have seen what I'm talking about, like this black hole thing spins around and it's got like this. So maybe that could be the symbol of boost evolution, aka the symbol of the entire franchise, maybe like a black hole variant. And it would make sense because if the god of all POTEMPO has their own freaking black hole above their head, that this god is sharing their power to all POTEMPO and then blessing a particular range by allowing them to boost evolve. Maybe it's like the excess of his energy reaches blessed POTEMPO. And the ones that are blessed are the ones who make friends with humans, right? I know I'm saying a lot of crazy things, but like I'm really feeling this. Jupiter's a gas giant. Does Jupiter look solid? It's actually gas. Say apex predators, but not necessarily traits. There's a grace to animals like yeah, that's true. Well, you can be evil and have friends. Humans are ultimately social animals, exactly. Translucent body, big whale, love and body's hype for an idea. As we know from history, even the most evil of people, sadly, that's how it is, right? It happens all the time. Heard there's a new monster god. Let's see how powerful they are. Sees the POTEMPO creator god. Oh, God, yeah. It's insane and cool. Thank you. Big Bang Theory. Yeah, breaching out of heaven, exactly. How bog, space clouds, I'm in. Stop making it awesome. How big is he? It's just too massive to comprehend. This is the size of a human being. Ready, gang? I'm going to use the color neon green so we can't miss it. Ready to see the size of a human being? This is the size of a human being in comparison to the All-Father, whoever it is. Okay? That is the size. You know what? No, hold on. That's not the size. The size... This is the size. That is the size of a human being compared to the All-Father. I gotta say, I don't want All-Father. I want it to be like All God or the All Entity or the All, you know. Its concepts are too, you know, it's just, why would I define gender in a being that created everything? That I'm gonna make it so black and white. I'm afraid so big it won't fit in the POTEMPO world. It will. They fit in their own realm. It is Smash Bros. They can be big. What if a stream of bubbles were coming out of each side of the mouth that turned into cloud that is eternally breaching from? I want to do something crazy like that. The flow of the idea is moving too fast. It's true. Write these ideas down. I like it, but write it. That's true. I heard breach out of heaven and locked out of heaven. Too small. He's big. I could still take him. Damn, too big. How well do you even fight together? You don't fight with him. This entity does not fight for humans or fight with humans. They don't get involved. They just watch. All of its children will be in the mythic class. Yeah, we're about the fifth of the size of it, pretty much, right? Grandfather, yeah. I'm gonna write these ideas down, so I'm gonna take a quick break, which is good. So I'm going to say Lorem Epsum Dolor Sidamet Consector Om. If I'd say all that, I'm gonna summon a demon. Cosmic Kamala? What does that mean? You call it the ruler or something like that. I tried. It will be known. I like Omni. I like something like simple. Like it doesn't have to be crazy. I'm going to look for another. You know what? I'll quickly look for another word for guardian. Not the all guardian. Another word for guardian. All defender, all preserver, all champion, all custodian, all warden, all keeper, the conservator, the steward, the trustee. I'm gonna look for another word for parent. I like the idea of it being the parents, like a forefather or ancestor. Ooh. Maybe I'm gonna give them a name, not like a Pokemon style name. Like it'll be like the architect, the all-being, yeah, something like that. Regent, keeper, ultimate fair, POTEMPO. Exactly. You know what? I might even just have them lean into order, I feel like, because he just lets everything happen. Cosmopotent, ancestor, the all ancestor. I like something like this. Something with Genesis. Genesis is very biblical, actually. All cause, all root. The all root. All root. Omni root. All root. Like, all right. All. Or, you know what? It'll be a name like the. I'm so hyped, gang. I'm so hyped. The. Oh, for now, the all source. Something like that. The primordial one, the originator. Yeah, stuff like that. I don't think it'll fit on my plate. I need to buy a tarp. You're gonna need a bigger boat. The all primordial. The all breached. Ooh, the all ways. I'm liking originator. I'll say the all source for now. You know, a name will come. As you guys have seen with POTEMPO, I trust my ideas to eventually come. So I'm going to say, Omniol. Omniol sounds like a medicine. I think you can use Genesis. Biblical, yes. Also serves with video game, yes. It does, but I don't want a god to have... That name is rooted in the Bible. I don't want it to lean biblical... I don't want it to lean Egyptian. Like, obviously, I don't mind if certain things show up, like the crown-like halo horn kind of reads biblical, but then I have Hindu-style deity arms. So there is, you know. Source Station, that's cute. But yeah, I'm not into using Genesis. So I'll do the all source for now. I'll do 90-point font so you guys can read it. I'm going to say the creator of all POTEMPO, and all forms of life, bow to the all source. They are a source of infinite power, and do not involve themselves in the matters of the world. All of their children are found in the mythic class. All boost Evo, and I gotta figure out names and stuff. All boost Evo POTEMPO unleash their power through their fully attuned bonds with their partners. But the source of the power to transform their potential to the next level comes from the all source. I don't love all source, but it works because it's like, to me, the source of everything. So that's why I want to find a word that hits that vibe of like the source or the beginner of all kind of thing. Omniel's upset stomach and high fever. Yeah, exactly. Side effects include every human gotta just mismatch aspects of him. He's him. Some moronic evil people try to summon this entity without knowing how big it is, and doesn't even. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they would get close. I don't think they would get remotely close. They would probably explode or something trying to summon it. It would be cool if maybe I made certain mythic Pokemon. That gives me a cool idea, Rosa. That gives me a cool idea, actually. Hold on, let me write something. Okay. The creator of all POTEMPO, all forms of life bow to the All Source. They are a source of infinite power and do not involve themselves in the matter of the world. All their children are found in the mythic class. All boost Evo POTEMPO unleash their powers through their fully attuned bonds with their partners. But the source of the power to transform their potential to the next level comes from the All Source. No, I'm not going to do a Pokemon style name for this guy, Arthur. Original is cute, so is Original, Originwall or Originarwal. The Inceptor, the All-Root, the Emergence, Orchigen, no. Orchigen is cute for the other guy, maybe. Bonnie, you have a notebook of ideas? I have a Google Doc that is the all source of information. Was there anything else I mentioned? Okay, I'll say their horns hold up the power that all POTEMPO use to exist in the world they share with humans. Thus, the first stage of all POTEMPO resemble this power and are represented as orbs, or I'll say as wisps of spirit. Cool. The all touched descendant ancestor ascendant. That's such a fun name. I know you aren't doing pun names, but I just had to say that one. I was thinking about what I could call the Orca guy, because I saw a few names like Orcane, which was cool. Virgo did Orcrunch. Obviously, the C part of Orca comes in, you know? Touching them gets you vaporized. I think if you're... I don't think anyone can really see them. I think they're so beyond the capacity of understanding. Like, I'm just kind of creating this for me, and I'll have them in the game, right? But again, you're not going to be able to catch them. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to find... what should we type? Orcana. That's a fun name too. But I want to see if I can get maybe ice or like an ice crusher ship, kind of like Avalug. I have that kind of feel for his jaw. Or it could just be that he's like powerful. There's a lot of cool things I could do. Ooh, I think I found I'm just using this texture as a reference. I'll illustrate it in a different way. Okay, let me use this. What's up, Dev? Welcome in, welcome in. The all feeder, like they're filter feeders. No, but it seems like then he's like, all he's doing is eating. And that's not entirely true, right? All right, let me do... Oh, I like this, that section right there. Let me do... Okay, let me grab this. Shit. Okay, this should do it. Let me do... Okay, something like that is how I picture this. And that way, if I keep the outside very simple, the inside does a lot of heavy lifting, right? First and will be the last one of a kind thing. That is cool, yeah. I like that a lot. It's like how Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, yet we can't see it because we're so small. So when you and your partner are in sync, you're tuned. If you don't know or trust your partner, you're well out of tune. Probably, yeah. Really like the name. Thanks, Deb. I'm so proud of it. I'm very proud of POTEMPO. Galaxy print tongue. Yeah, you remember there was like... I remember seeing so many girls wearing galaxy print yoga pants for some reason. I don't know what that was about. I mean, I like galaxy print, so... I thought of it like it feeds everything like a feeder on the animal enclosure. I'm not sure. I think it might be too literal. But I want it, again, like the focus to be like source, right? Let me do... Okay, let's start putting some colors. I mean, it's gonna be hard not to make the horns gold, I think, right? I would love to make this guy white and gold, but that's straight up Arceus's thing. And I don't know, I don't need people to already tell me like, oh, it's too much like this or that. I could also potentially make this like a blue or something, but I want to see if I can pull off like black and white, like something crazy looking. Naturally, I feel like the obvious choice would be to like have like a galaxy also contained in here, you know? The reason was vibes, absolutely. He cries galaxies, the planet of power. That's so sad to me, but it is kind of beautiful, right? He cries galaxies. Oh, I got an idea. Oh, that's what I wanted to write down. So, it is said that when they finish breaching the heavens, the next big bang begins, thus creating a new cycle of life in a new galaxy or something. Something like that. That's kind of what I wanted to... That was like the main thing. Can this wonderful specimen do time travel? I suspect they could, but I'll say this. As someone who enjoys like good time travel movies, which I don't think there are many, I don't want POTEMPO to touch anywhere close to time travel. I I don't see it happening. I kind of want to make it maybe a black body instead. That way, if I do go for more galaxy clouds and stuff, maybe I can just straight up have... You know what? Let me do... It's funny that both of my first monsters ended up becoming like sea entities, like a blue whale and an orca. Although the echolid is, you know, cryptid kind of thing. You know what? I kind of want it to be black and white, actually. Like a yin-yang meeting. And now, truly, we have like yin and yang. We have 6 arms for a Hindu deity. We have a crown halo kind of thing, like Christianity. Oh, it's very orca now if I do this. Which, I mean, I don't hate, but it's kind of funny how that happened. Honestly, I don't hate it. Unless I do a thing where I make the top portion... Yeah, maybe I do that. Oh, but that feels like Arceus, right? Dark colors and brighter accents. That's what I'm thinking, Rosa. I think he's time itself. Ooh, I love that, yeah. Dig that some imagery. Hell yeah, he's everything and nothing at the same time. I'd say he's everything, not that he's nothing. I'd say he's everything. See what large lightning forms in his mouth like a cosmic? We probably can't even see that lightning. Do it. What do we think, guys? Black at the bottom? Kind of like... You know what? Let's do black at the top. Screw it. I love orcas. Why not? It's my creation. And then that would allow us to... I want to see how this works. Again, I'm just using this for just a quick texture and touch-ups, like for how I picture this. It's pretty insane. Man, the second pass for this is going to look sick. Yellow eyes to match the horns. I like the black on top. I just realized something. If this is Arceus or POTEMPO, what would be the Giratina? There's not going to be necessarily a devil. It's not like a one-to-one thing. The Aquid is just his self-insert POTEMPO. Maybe. I do love orcas. Black at the top is more natural, and I think it also allows the white to really hold the nebulous mouth. I was confused each time you said horns. I thought it was gas. It's the antlers are horns, but then it's holding a gas at the top. The clouds are black on top and white on the bottom. Okay, let me flip this and start trying to um, figure out some stuff. This side looks a lot more janky. I don't know if the breaching... Let me see. You know, this discussion on God making is making me slay the princess. Yo, appreciate it, Bill Sue. Welcome in, man. How you been? How you been? I think... Tell me, first of all, Rosa, tell me about slay the princess. I'm going to... I like the idea of it breaching, and I like the lore. Yo, me too, Gabsy. Me too, Gabsters. It's like Marvel, the one below all and the one above all, the same being. Yeah, but you know what? I don't know if I need to have an entity that's like, I'm all things good, I'm all things bad. I want this world to be like an escape for people, and I want to represent the better parts of humanity. I can have, you know, storylines again. Maybe I'll have something cool with bad guy. Ooh, I like the dark black there to hold the eyes. But yeah, I like the idea of making if there's a bad POTEMPO, it's the will of like the people, right? To me, it's, you know, obviously doing stories like Satan or Lucifer, Sataniel, all these kind of entities that, you know, they're angels or perfect beings, and then they're like, oh, turns out they're actually not. It does give, but that's how, you know, these kind of stories are written, right? To like humanize even concepts that we can't understand. So I don't know if I'd want a theoretical god to just be, you know, an entity that's all evil in the world. It doesn't really track for me, you know? I wonder if maybe instead of a fin, I can give him like a mono kind of antler that kind of looks like a fin, you know? Maybe something like that. Let me go ahead and shift it this way. This is looking very insane. It's obviously very messy, but let me see. I wouldn't necessarily mind making this guy like purple, potentially, you know, that feels like a very cosmic color. You know what? It could be really cool also to have the mouth open even more. You know? Big fans have got to be more conceptual, not good. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. If there is like an evil quote-unquote god, it's because people made them as such in this game or world. But even then, like, I wouldn't be... I wouldn't consider them a god, right? They'd be like a false god at most. And like, that's also something I always laugh. Like, I used to be very religious, right? I was raised Roman Catholic. You guys know this, or probably don't, but I've talked about, you know, I'm largely agnostic or atheist these days. And I feel like I'm a better Christian than I was before by being in the space that I am now. And the reason why I bring that up is because like a lot of Christians or Catholics will be like, oh, all these bad things that are happening to me is because of the devil. But to me, I'm like, that's a cop-out. The devil is not God. In what world could this person that you villainized have that much power that they're influencing the dark moments of your life? That makes no sense. The devil came from God, essentially. So if the capacity is there, then that's one thing, but you're giving the devil more power than not. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have that ability. So it just sounds like you're using the devil as a scapegoat. You know what I mean? I know that's maybe a little too heavy for freaking POTEMPO talk, but I think it's fitting because, you know, I'm just answering the question thoroughly. So I don't really see a realm where there's an evil god. If, or an evil POTEMPO of, say, the mythic class. Maybe there's an exotic class that's kind of evil, right? Whatever that means. Anyway. I don't see it as a being of all things, good in all things, simply all things. Exactly right. Slay the Prince, a visual novel where you argue against your narrator as you can say, oh, that's so interesting. That doesn't mean darkness is automatically evil either. Exactly. You can choose what you do and you give it different endings. Gotcha. I was saying more evil. I should have just said evil. It's very philosophical, which is my favorite type of conversation. Like gods being complicated that do not follow. Exactly. Human ethics is something that we created, right? I want to have this entity, again, be elegant, beautiful, yet still so complex in its design, where we're looking at something that, like, we're contemplating it, but probably only because this entity allowed us to contemplate it, right? I think that's a pretty cool notion where, and that's where the eldritch kind of concepts come from, which is really fun, right? The eldritch concept is like, whatever you see, Cthulhu in their form or anything else, that's the most you can understand and participate in interaction before your freaking mind is obliterated, because your mind can't comprehend it, right? It's like, oh, this is the closest thing, my eyes telling my brain what it's seeing. And then even then it might be like too late, you know? So there you go. Like in my own, I have an evil legend that's a time traveler. It opens doors and portals. Very cool. We're creating God kind of POTEMPO. Exactly right. Hope he doesn't burn the water. Big sushi. However, it can be gory and saying much else might be ruining it. Gotcha. Well, Lord, God Sugiri. Currently playing Slay the Princess. Hello, Danny. Welcome in, welcome in. You're leaning a little too heavily on the humanity, the source of all evil thing. As a human, I feel a bit weirded out by it. I don't know if that's satire or not, so I'll let you say if that's satire or not. The good, bad hand check. Thank you. The good, bad thing is hurting my brain. Mission accomplished. All you have to know is that I want to make a world where this is a godlike entity that doesn't participate or intervene in the way the world plays out. It created everything, and, you know, if I were having it lean in a direction, say between order, fear, or chaos, it would certainly be order. Because by simply watching and not interfering, you're letting natural order take place, right? Could also be similar to what some people be included believe to be the devil's case. Some people believe the devil as a force or a thing who's born out of people believing. But see, that's cool, and I do want to chat about it if we want to get into that kind of stuff. I don't, you know, obviously religion's not necessarily a fun thing to discuss on chat, or maybe it is. But to me, I don't, even when I was more religious, I never gave power to something like that, right? Because while I was religious, I gave my belief to a creator and trusted that, you know. So to me, I just see, in the same way like astrology girls love to tell me, Bonnie, you're such an Aries, you're such a this, you're such a that. It's fun to chat about. But when I meet women and they like want to know my sign and they're like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna lie, when I flirt, like I use astrology stuff all the time, like it seems to work. But the idea is, I've met a lot of like goofy women that like hide behind astrology to kind of make do for their crappy personalities. You know what I mean? So anyway, Bond's a speedster. I am a little bit of a speedster, huh? Dude, the rendering's coming out pretty nice. It's looking insane in a cool way. I really like the crown halo reindeer antler type of thingies. Look, Bunny, we already are having a philosophical discussion, says Rosa. Absolutely right. Religion and politics are taboo topics. Very true. I love theology. It's very interesting. Bunny out here giving Riz secrets. It's true, gang. You have to be like, you gotta pat down your head like this. No, I'm just kidding. Point of evil is to make the good stand out even more. Without malevolence, benevolence isn't anything special. So even in a world where we lean towards the good, the bad makes that good matter. Very well said. Deebs is saying, I stepped away and came back and bro made progress. Of course, baby. What you talking about? It's really getting to weird me out. Gotta get uncomfortable sometimes to learn the truth of the world. You're a great, well-meaning guy, but you're born on no thanks. Yeah, exactly, right? Conversely, like, you know what? I'm not gonna give away all the Riz secrets. That's for the Patreon. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is there won't be a Giratina counterpart to this entity. To me, this guy does not represent the good of the world, right? It is simply all. It's simply all things. So to me, you know what, gang? I really love the storyline with the breaching. I really do. However, is it, you know what? Before I give up on it, why don't I try to illustrate the breaching element? Or you know what? Maybe I don't need... I'll have like another part of its body like right over here. Right? If a topic makes you uncomfortable, it's worth delving into. Exactly. Well said. It's a deep discussion. Oh, hi, Danny. Do it, coward lol. Say what you're trying to say. Say it with your chest. Only reason they're taboos because people take to heart too much. Exactly. I think it's very important to be challenged and then understand why you're being challenged, right? We can't simply, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel uncomfortable, but like religion or politics, sexuality, these are the human condition, right? We're most human talking about these things because they affect our lives. Bond's starting a channel for Riz Secrets to go Alpha Bond. Is the breaching a soft reset or a hard reset? Bobby? Gabby, who is Bobby? Let's stretch. Everyone, let's stretch. Because we have been illustrating for a bit. All right. Oh, you heard that? Why don't we talk about underwater? That's a deep conversation. So, yeah, honestly, the breaching a soft reset. I would say it's probably a hard reset because it probably takes like millennia or billions of years, I should say, for the breach to finish, you know? Okay. You guys stretching with me? Bone cracking. Did you guys hear the bone crack? All right, here's the next one. Grab your hand like right here, right? And just hold it back and go for like that insane flex. I've been having like tennis or golf elbow, whatever. I think tennis is on this side. So when you do that, you feel that stretch. So go like this and just hold it down. Bobby Jack. I have no regrets. You should have said regrets. You can't shame me. Okay, we're getting our stretches in. Okay, let's get it. So, okay, let me get a check. Let me get a check, chat. Is this the most fire design you've ever seen in your life? If the answer is no, I'm jumping off a building. No, I'm just kidding. I bet Bonny Jones wants to fight everything. Yeah, he's different like that. Yeah, let me chat with you for a little bit, guys, so I can let my hand rest for a bit. Let's talk design. What do we like about it? What now? Hydrate too. Thank you, baby. You right. Cubone, Dava Boy, Umbreon. It's cool. Thank you. I'm looking at this now. I really like the black orb at the top. There's like this duality thing. I think the lack of a palette in its body is really nice. I think it's very stark of a contrast to the very galaxy rendered clouds and stuff. As of right now, it is feeling just like a whale. I don't need it to look or feel like a space. Crimson Chin vibes. Damn you, Danny. Listen, don't shame blue whales. They be having big mouths. Let's see here. Brody Jones at Justin's account again. I like these designs, but I will guarantee they won't survive me punching them more than a second. This is a god, aka this is a dang epic and badass. Hey, thank you, Draco. Lord Jaw looks a bit too over compared. I think that I like that imbalance. Almost like it can't even contain the galaxies within this creature. I love her son. Let's call him Junior. Oh, our baby boy Junior. Love the black around the three eyes. Me too. In motion, it would be immensely sick. Absolutely. I like where it's going for, so I'll see once you do the final pass. Like that idea. Welcome in, Dingus. I just feel that the arms should have other colors. The arms aren't done yet, Raikar. No worries. We're going to get some colors, and then we'll see how it works out. Because I think for sure I'll incorporate color. I like it, but I think it would be wise to abstract it a bit. Right now, it's a little too close to your average whale. I agree. I have the crown, right? What that mouth do, Cosmic Whale? Hey, yo, the Danny Riz is crazy. That's the untouchable Riz. Cosmic Riz. Ask anybody goes crazy if they try to go into the galaxies created by this legendary. You wouldn't even be able to get close. You would not, no one would be able to get even 300 gigatrillions miles away is even too close. Obviously, I'll scale things down when I get to it. But thank you for the feedback. I like, okay, we're going to do some stuff for the arms. I kind of want to do something with the Aurora Borealis, potentially. It's too whale. We might have to do some more. Let's look up some more references. Why should God look like a god look like an earth animal? We all thinking of Linda, don't agree with her. Right now the eyes aren't reading for me. I can see how their eyes, but it was because I was prompted. I think that's actually even cooler. That it may not even have eyes for all we know. Not even us aliens, that's true. Sketch is the representative. Alright, let's get back to business. Make sure you guys leave a like while you're here. We're already at hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to see if I can wrap up by 9. We'll see if we can illustrate for another 30 minutes. So far, my arms don't feel too... Or my hand doesn't feel too bad. Make it part centipede. I don't know. I don't think it needs that. Just because we are already... abstracting it, and I feel like I do want it to be like this flying entity, so it doesn't need too many arms, you know? Take care, KK. I hope the Basilosaur, yeah, I'll have to probably look at that again. Arm like bugs, mouth with teeth. I was thinking about that. I don't know if he needs teeth. He is a filter feeder, so I wonder if I do that like typical, again, I think they're called baleen. I could be wrong. Might be too busy, right? Let's see. Let's add some crazy... I want to add some crazy shape. Let's do something like this, for example. Is it going to stay? I don't know. It would just be a bathtub. I say look up the aspects of gods and divine beings in different religions. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm gonna extend this out just a bit. Just so it's elevated a little bit more and kind of feels potentially more nestled. like almost like a headdress, you know? Human mind, yeah, I kind of, that's exactly it. Human mind failed to load. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can have the gold. No. Oh, wait a second. It could still. I'm just gonna ideate. That's all I'm gonna do. But anyway, fins. Are we doing shark fins? Yeah, we'll see. Maybe. I'm gonna just keep trying things, adding appendages, elongating silhouette. It's kind of crazy looking. I don't hate it. I think more like a puzzle thing. Teeth up. Oh, Gabsters. I know what you're talking about, mommy. You're talking about Titan, where the teeth kind of come inverse. Is the headdress bent because the whale's going at fast speed, or is that like normally? It's supposed to be more like. It's not because of the speed. It's just resting like a headdress, I'd say. Probably. You know what? I wanted to look. I don't even mind actually that. Originally. You know what? Let's have this part kind of come in like it's cradling the black hole spirit. Something like that, you know? What if you try to go for a surrealist vibe for this melting clocks? Maybe. I gotta find the right balance where I'm sure I will simplify this design in a major way when I get to it. I think what I kind of want to do is maybe like an Arceus level. And, you know, obviously once I figure out... I'm just trying random shit, you guys. We'll see. But yeah, ideally, I would want it to be something that still feels abstract, yet like a concept that lives in the world. I don't know what, you know, POTEMPO are going to look like altogether, right? For all we know, you know, the design principles might, I mean, not, it will absolutely change and evolve over time, right? And once that happens, I will come back and restructure what a deity like this would look like, you know? I like this. I like the way the antlers come around like a circular horn and cradle this orb. In fact, you know what? I'm going to maybe take this out and just let that be a stationary thing. Too holy whale to catch. Absolutely cannot catch this thing. Or summon it. Or befriend it. What if he has a beard? A beard? I don't hate. Keep playing around with it. The concept's cool. Thank you, Danny. Yeah. Appreciate that. I love the idea of a potential beard. As I mean, you know what? In a way, this white undermouth of the whale definitely feels like a beard. It almost even looks like an ocean, like mist of the water, you know, like foam, sea foam. Let's work on the arms. I do like fins, but I wonder. Wait, you're onto something? Thank you. I think so too. I think I got an idea. Take care, Danny. Have a good one. What if I even added. Wait. Because we were talking about the eye thing. I could simulate barnacles by having the eyes kind of be built into whatever this casing is. It looks like a knuckle duster thingy. But I think there's something cool here. It could be, you know what? Hold on. This almost looks Egyptian to me, which is sick. What if it doesn't even have eyes? Why does it need eyes? And then maybe it could be like the galaxy that it's holding in its... This is its eye. I like more eyes free, but I don't hate it. The entire underbelly is actually fur. Only a few wispy bits indicate that it's fur, though. Not fur, but you can make the shape more beard-like or sea-like. True. Adding fur to this guy isn't something I hate, but I want to see how that could do that. You're giving the Holy Whale glasses. Take care, Oni. Take care. I do miss the eyes, don't get me wrong. Even if they don't necessarily read like eyes. But what do you guys think? I kind of like it without. Or, you know what? I could put the eyes right here. I don't think it needs eyes, you guys. The more I don't think there's any form of eyes unless I can make the eyes this yellow. If anything, I'll do this where it's got like this eye and it's kind of like blind and looks kind of kind, actually, which is beautiful. But I don't think it needs to have eyes, nor does it even need to be recognized as eyes. The more I look at it, eyes don't work. Eyes in the beard. No eyes so he can see better. I like both, with and without. It's tough, right? Get a bunch of golden barnacle spots that are kind of like eyes. That's what I was trying to do, Jelly, but it ended up looking like glasses. Like that, but just a thought. What if its eye was in its mouth? That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I should just make this very round thing be its eye, rather than in the mouth or anything super abstract. It's already pretty dang abstract, right? I think this is the play, gang. I mean, when you don't have an eye and you immediately look at the top, it makes it feel like that's the eye, which adds even more intention to it. The eyes could also be the decorative carving where the gold is. Space worm, essentially space worm, whale, dragon, beast, monster, god, above all. Loxton had a crazy galaxy whale ultra beast made for his region? I gotta see that, Arthur. I gotta see that. Screws me, but I dig. Yeah, right? We are on Sauron's land, indeed, Gabsters. Spike pits on the front kind of look like snail eye stalks. I was thinking that too. Its eyes don't have to be eye-shaped. Very good point. I'm going to do literal galaxy eye. Exactly. I'm going to leave it like this, gang. I think, to me, this is the play. If anything, you know what? I could also do something cool with the barnacle concept by having the gold trim come down this way. And then these could be like barnacles and like the arms come out of the holes. You see, that's kind of a cool, neat thing where I still make it look, right? I like both eye and eyeless. Me too. Let's do the barnacle armholes. I quite like that. It like continues the gold, and they could even, you know what? I'm going to have them extend out to break the silhouette. Oh, you know what I want to study? The dragons from Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like those could be a really great point of reference. And it could look like almost coral bits. Dude, this is looking so sick! I'm so hyped. This mouth thingy is kicking my ass, this section here. You know what? I kind of want to push the mouth even further. I'm not even lying. Because now these protrusions just make it feel like it's lived a long life, you know? Which I think is very cool. Would it need fingers? Probably not. So maybe instead of arms, it could just be a series of wings. Princess Mononoke deer horns. Yeah, exactly. Now I'm thinking SpongeBob sounds like a load of barnacles. Maybe Ghost Freak's eye on a line thing. As much as I love that eye, it feels a little too sinister for this design. I love that design concept, though. That's something you'll definitely see me try and do for some sort of creature. You know what I also want to do, gang? I'm gonna let the mouth continue to open. Like, I think that's just gonna look so cool. I'm gonna add more white dots to show like stars. You know what? What's up, Brian? Welcome in. Dinral, Nadra, and Farosh. Yeah, like I like the way they made them like goat dragons. You know, so that might be a good place for me to look at it. Arms look kind of out of place. They do, but I do love them because it gives him. It just adds even more of a freak factor, and it gives me that like. That's the thing, like, is something really out of place with this design, you know? Because it's the one thing that's supposed to be out of place. It is the god above all. What if the eyes were just two small glowing dots, very plain and showing no emotions? That's probably how I would do it if I did have eyes. Probably something like that. Let me... Oh, you know what? It could be like maybe back here. Actually, the more I see the eyes, even... Could be cool like this, actually. And it's like resembling the space eyes. Because I don't want him to be mad. Oh, he could have three eyes like that, maybe. Again, I'm not very married to the concept of eyes. I like the arms, honestly. Me too. Hell yeah, make that mouth long. The white part can have a cloud shape. Oh, like they're streaking out like clouds. That would be cool. I do love that vibe, but there's already a lot of extension here. You see if I do something like that? Don't get me wrong, I've done design stuff like that, and it always looks cool. But you know what? I feel like without eyes is the play. I think that's for the time being. No separation, just white circle? That just looks kind of goofy to me. Let's see. He's so happy. He's still happy. Oh, he looks angry because of the... The God of God don't need eyes. That's what I'm saying, Brian. I think that's where it is. Eyes are the window to the soul, and this being exists beyond that. Well said, Rek. I think that's the play. He didn't need them. Yeah, adding the eyes closer to the arm helps the design flow better. This might be a little too much, but what if the black part had just specks of white like a galaxy? The eyes could be bigger and brighter stars. No eyes. Yeah, I don't think we need eyes. I could even say, like, all the flittering stars in its gaping maw are the millions of eyes that will be born into galaxies when this creature finishes breaching. You know? I'm not completely sold on the concept of eyes. Bonny John 2024, running mate. Who's the running mate? Well, obviously this guy, the all source. Now, this back half is looking a little too empty, but at the same time, I don't hate that. It could just be, almost looks like a Ridley Scott's Aliens, like a Geiger design. Oh my god, I can't stop. Look, that's a xenomorph, which is so cool. I was so intentional. Looks like Wobbuffet with the eye, right? Yeah, no eyes, no eyes. I'm gonna see if I can make these arms work. I think it's such a sick idea. Maybe the colors get inverted. Maybe so the top could be white, and then maybe the bottom half get black. That way we can kind of... Or you know what? Let's maybe make it black, all black. So that way... It's kind of feeling like Rayquaza, which is, I mean, what I was trying to go for, like a Chinese style kind of dragon arms. But maybe... Does Rayquaza have... Because I want to put fins on the arms potentially, but let me see. Rayquaza, the sky-high Pokemon. Okay, nice. He doesn't have fins on his arms. So I think that's what I'll do. Ripley from Metroid and Alien confirmed? Ridley Fug, you scrambled my brain. That's why it's called Ridley. It was an homage to Ripley. I keep saying Ripley, god damn it, Ridley. Yeah, it's a direct reference. Xenomorphs, yeah, exactly. He feels his surroundings. He doesn't see... Yeah, he doesn't need it. That's true. Bonnie, tear out your eyes, John. You heard it here first. What's a bigger flex than God is my running mate? 2024. If the arms are like the hind legs of a grasshopper. It's interesting. Trying to see how that looks. Maybe Rayquaza's got these, like... We'll see if the hands stick, because I am wondering if it feels a little... I mean, I don't mind the idea of making him more humanoid in that way. It may seem jarring in a way that doesn't fit, but maybe that's a good thing. Let's see. We have to try. Ridley Scott, it does look like it kind of looks like it's a snake that's back half is space fog. Yeah, I'm trying to have it breach, and that in the story, when it's done breaching, that's when the next big bang occurs. And that the big bang was when this space cloud of yin and yang essentially created the world, right? Maybe I can make it more abstract potentially. It's weird but cool. Yeah, I think that's the whole vibe of this space god. Weird but cool. Like, to me, Arceus is such a cool design. He's a space llama. He's elegant in such a simple way. I'd alter his design just a little bit, but like, it's mostly a pretty dope design in my opinion. Have you seen the new live-action Avatar? I watched that last week, or not last week, last month. I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, it was a date, but anyway. I watched it with someone here, and because of how that event ended, I haven't gone back to try and watch it, but I do want to see it, so don't spoil it for me. I do want to see that. Maybe I had multiple faces. Nah, I think it's already pretty insane, don't you think? I was thinking that, Arthur. I was thinking maybe I could do something like in some Hindu deities are depicted with 3 to 5 heads that go like this. And part of me was thinking like, oh, could I put like a head here, a head mask here? But like, that'd be too much. You know, what if I had the mouth go down the entire body, and where it bleeds is where the clouds of galaxy are breaching? That would make a ton of sense. Holy shit, that's cool. And I could even just have it brighter here. Maybe the clouds here like just darker to just really create the contrast needed. Yeah, the arm does kind of feel awkward. Why does he even need arms? He's literally thousands of light years long. I think it's more so just to show that he's a concept that's everything, right? He's got whale parts, dragon parts, antlers like a deer, human arms. Like, it's a way to just continue to add to the thing. It's not so much like he evolved to like move the planets, but it's more like all beings are sourced from him. So it would make sense, you know? Instead of eyes, it's little faces? No, I mean, already the eyes are pretty small. Trying to put like a detail of like a tiny little face would be information you can't pass to the reader, right? That'd be like a Bloodborne style kind of thing, which I love, but it's too much. No eyes. I don't want to talk about eyes anymore. Space serpent, salamander, whale, dragon, so epic and badass. The hands look kind of aggressive. Looks like they're burying their claws. I was thinking that too. The evil team could just be a group dedicated to stopping this thing from breaching completely. Maybe. How do you feel about new stories games calling gods by another title? I think it's more than fine. I kind of don't even know if I want to call this guy a god or maybe it could be deity, or it's maybe reference, as I was saying earlier, by its potential name, which is like the all source or something like that, right? It doesn't need to be. I'm only referencing it as a god because it's a concept we understand. So in reality, it probably won't be referred to like people would venerate it like a deity, but it could also be like so ancient and so in behind the scenes that like people don't really even know it exists. Maybe, it's not a deity that needs that, Also, you know what, gang? Yeah, bearing it does feel like it's bearing its claws, unless I made it really small. Because you could say like, oh, why does a Chinese or Asian or Eastern serpentine kind of dragon need hands or claws? And it's the same thing, right? Those are both seen as like a godlike entity. But it may be that it needs to be it could just look like a series of like wings, maybe. Like, I mean, what are flippers but like water wings? So let's see how this looks. I think it'll feel more natural. And it could also even look like angel wings, which could be a really cool reference, right? Referencing in the same way if we've got crowns. 6 could be a number for like Hindu deity arms, I kind of do want to give it like maybe a third eye for where the blowhole might be. In a way, I guess it could be this whole massive space. And it's like being projected. Oh my god, that looks like a big eye. This is looking sick. His name is actually just Jeff. No eyes, but I draw the line at arms. I didn't say I draw the line at arms. I draw arms. Never leave me hanging, muchacho. What a real friend. What about an arm that's made of a concentration of stars? I think because the bottom half is already so star heavy, the flippers like that would get lost, Bryant. I think that's what would happen. So let's do something like this. Oh, we lose the open mouth thing. Which I mean, not the worst. It does look like seraphim wings, which is pretty damn cool. You know? Yeah, biblically accurate angel type beat. Exactly. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can still have the mouth open up here. I mean, it's looking pretty dang sick. It would be a first eye, not third. I'm referencing Hindu mythology more, with the third eye being, you know. But it's neither an eye or not, you know. But that's what I was going for. Looks like a long, lanky arms that just cut off above the shoulder. Imagine that the people of the POTEMPO world have multiple interpretations of this guy that vary. Yeah, probably. If anything, maybe I can create, again, more local legends, so that way, like, every game, if it ever became popular and warranted a sequel, like, the legends would be like venerated entities that were, you know, box legendary type of beat, right? I feel like at some point the mouth will no longer look like a mouth if you make it too long. That's perfect. That's actually really cool that it loses its meaning. It's exactly what I'm going for, actually. Because look, now I can show the clouds leaking from the opening of the entity. Where does it begin? Where does it end? You know? Hell, you know what? So we'd have the gold things come here. And maybe I don't even need to give it its tail. I'll just have yet another section of its body rotating in the back. It's just so infinite. I do still want to figure out a way to it could continue to have series of flippers, actually. So it'll be like this. Holy crap, this is like the coolest thing I've ever. This is what I'm saying. Like, when people are like, Bon, are you gonna do more Pokemon stuff? Da, da, da. I want to do monsters. I want to see what happens when I make something for me, right? That you guys are gonna enjoy. I get to flex who I am as an artist. I get to make creative things. I don't have to live and be like, the Pokemon design has to look like this because they made this rule. And then, you know, people even still will be like, it doesn't look like a Pokemon, or it should be this type, it should be... No, I get to be the master of my destiny with this, baby. Yeah, it definitely will get cleaned up in future passes and stuff, obviously. But, I think this is honestly a really great first pass. There's still plenty of things that I can fix but I don't even know what POTEMPO are supposed to look like yet. Right? And I still want to do things again with like stars and stuff, like where it's breaching. Exactly, big rowboat like those Viking boats. That's the vibe I was getting for sure. Sometimes this thing just divides in two and comes back together like the fruit roll-up zipper. What if we call it the absolute POTEMPO? Play on the word the absolute potential. Oh, I liked something like that. It's a cool idea. Where does it come from? Where does it go? You're not going to get me to sing that song, Bonnie. I think this guy would look dope if you rotate it 90 degrees like it's coming out of the side. I think for sure that could be really cool as well. You said the B word, you have to time out yourself. That's 25 cents. I caught myself when I said that. I didn't say anything though. Have you heard about Twine? It's a program where you can create your own storytelling. I think I have. Feels like you want to... Oh, wait, a world is happening, bud. Don't worry. Question for you. Can animals or humans become POTEMPO? You know, there's a lot of Pokedex entries, right, where they're like, and a boy transformed and woke up to be Abra. It's really weird. I'll say that maybe a long time ago that gap was smaller, and maybe like people were able to ascend to a new level and become POTEMPO. But in the modern day, I don't think there's anything like that. I don't think so. Great question. I mean, never say never. I think there could be some cool story stuff, right? Like where maybe an organization, maybe the guy wants to become a POTEMPO, like a mythic level, because he feels that, you know, he's superseded humanity or something. Never know. Yes. God arrived to the chat. What's the B word? Bonito? Oh, stop it, you monster! Bonnie's gonna say it's so many times be in debt to himself. Astral projection as a POTEMPO. Maybe, right? Alright, honestly, it's 9:06. We're officially 2 hours in. I think this is a great place to end the design for the god of POTEMPO. Perhaps the knowledge to ascend was... Dang. There could be some cool stuff here. It doesn't have to be like exactly Legends Arceus, but maybe the different cities have a different interpretation of this guy. Yeah, I think someone was saying that earlier. I think he's just too high above the concepts that humanity can understand. So I'll probably write it more that, again, each game, and again, I'm not saying like it's guaranteed sequels or anything, like let me focus on making a game. I'd rather it be like the local legends become gods, you know? Reincarnation thing, that's basically, I feel like energy, that's the kind of stuff I want to discuss when building, you know. So cool. Thank you. All of them have their own version of what I need to know. That's true. One last stretch. Exactly, gang. Guys, go ahead and let's leave that like. Let's take a look at... yeah, it might have to be above Mythic. And then all the legendaries in-game that you can attune to are Mythic. This one is above Mythic. It doesn't even have a domain. It is the domain. You know? Hell, what if I made the planet, like, replace the thing in the back? And then, you know, perfect? Yeah, it's a pretty strong first start. I do want to play for sure with concepts like Dingus was saying, like breaching and maybe having it rotate potentially. Like if it was like falling backwards, you know, more so. The legends are just the human gods manifested, potentially. But temporal is really great. They want to go big on the first installment just in case there's room for sequels. Yeah, which is why I'm like, I would want to create the Arceus of my world early on. Hydration, stretching, absolutely. Let me get some hydration in. I think the only thing I don't really love are the eye stalks kind of thing. They do look like for some sort of mollusk or something. But maybe if I extend them out a little bit and just... There's still plenty of room to figure out cool stuff for the design. I don't think I should give him teeth. I kind of like that you can't even see its tail. It just makes it feel so long and gigantic. But at least I got this, the main thing that I needed to do was, get the design down to see how it lands. But yeah, why do you say breaching right now seems more appropriate? Jesus, Rick. So this project yes, I've shared a lot about it already. So I think as a way to just cool down, again, I want to see more comments on videos, gang. On the videos on demand, I want to see comments. I need monsters to get out there. POTEMPO, damn it. So just to fill in everyone as we close tonight's stream, thank you for joining me, gang. Make sure you leave a like. And again, a comment on the VOD. Once it's done, once I'm finished streaming, it'll automatically develop into a VOD. But yeah, POTEMPO are the name of mystical creatures that'll vary, quite a bit in design, that exist in the world. And this is the creator of everything. And I think even humans may have been POTEMPO at one point. I like that element quite a bit. Just like even in, speaking of aliens, I think the disc, what are they called? Like the jockeys, like those guys, they like experimented with humanity and xenomorphs and stuff. That concept isn't new to Pokemon or anything, so I really like that. But that's kind of, the vibe that I'm gonna go for. But yeah, basically my own monster tamer, like Pokemon and Digimon. It's definitely more so like Digimon in the way the evolution stuff kind of work. But yeah, that's it for now. Part of me wonders if I should have the maw opened even more. Part of me wonders, I do think it would be really cool to have it falling backwards. Part of why that wouldn't work would just because I like the way that the orb is kind of level right now. If I do something like that, it feels a little more haphazard, if that makes sense. But still plenty of room to figure things out. Got a shiny Kyurem and Chinchou? Holy crap, nice. He needs a hat. Congrats. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of past streams and whatnot for sure. All are POTEMPO, yeah. It's Monsters Forever now. It's too late. I said Monsters, gang. If I say Monsters 25 times in a stream, POTEMPO reverts to Monsters. That's the rules. Since humans were once POTEMPO, would some of them still be able to use magic aligned with the 5 typings or the domains? Actually, there's 6, right? 6 main domains, and then the mythic. I think, you know what? I've thought about that, and I think the closest to the magic that people can use are probably things that have to do with spirit, right? Being able to attune to POTEMPO is a skill in itself. That in itself is the magic, right? Like not everyone, like in the Pokemon world, I guess not everyone could be a trainer if you're not a strategic person. To be fair, you don't have to be a battler if you're not good at strategies and that kind of stuff. But you could have different skill sets. I think in my universe, I want to make it so that people are, if they have that like X factor, maybe that's because they have, you know, a certain kind of affinity to POTEMPO. Who knows, right? I've already ate the name Bonchers. It's POTEMPO now. It's really, yeah. Caustic, rest in peace, Caustic. We hardly knew ye. But yeah, I think I'm very much in love with this design. I think a second pass would do wonders for this thing. It's looking pretty insane, but I just wanted to conceptualize what like an all-powerful beast would be. You know, it'll probably change it quite a bit. Hope you know that I'm going to make a long message on Discord. Let's get it. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. You're the last line of defense for Caustic. But yeah, gang, you already know the vibes. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed today's art. I will probably be on tomorrow as well. And yeah. Let me call it a night. I do want to work on like logos and stuff, you know? I might do a POTEMPO logo stream and like work out the other symbols that I need, right? I need one for bruiser, all-rounder, supporter. I may not even go that route, to be honest. I worry that it's adding too much. Maybe, you know what? I'll hold off on that because I would then have to balance the game's decks by how many defenders are there, how many bruisers are there. So anyway, I'll call it. Have a good night, you guys. Take care now. Be well, be well. I will see you guys tomorrow, potentially. Potentially.